Welcome to HalfPint Cooking. Today we're gonna make a really simple and delicious mint ice cream. Now, I'm gonna tell you, it's just really easy. Jules right here is gonna help us make it. And Jules, why don't you start?
Cream, start with cream.
Cream, we need 2 cups of cream, 1 cup of milk, and a can of condensed milk. That's pretty much all you need. Plus a little bit of flavoring of vanilla. We're gonna make mint Oreo ice cream.
2 or 1?
2 cups. 2 cups of cream. And then you just mix it in a bowl. And you need one of these. It's a Cuisinart ice cream machine or ice cream maker. But if you have one of those old-fashioned bigger ones, that works great too. When you scrape out the bowl, but you do need to plan a little bit in advance because it doesn't freeze it really hard. So when you make it, you put it on the ice cream maker and then you have to stick it in the freezer for about 3 hours and it is like the perfect consistency.
I thought you said 10 minutes.
It takes 10 minutes to mix in the mixer, about 1 cup. Put it down. Remember when you're measuring liquid ingredients, you put it on a flat surface and so you can see where you want to go. 1 cup. I will open this. Okay, let's talk about condensed milk for a little bit. Condensed milk, it can go pretty cheap and it can go pretty expensive. But I'm gonna tell you, the more expensive brand, the Eagle brand is the best. If you buy the cheap brand, it gets grainy, and you don't want your ice cream to be grainy or anything that you're eating to really be grainy because the sugar just hasn't dissolved all the way. So the Eagle brand is actually really smooth. So, you know what? If you're gonna do it right and buy the good stuff. Okay, just dump that in. This is the only sugar you're gonna add. When I say only, I know condensed milk has a lot of sugar in it, so it actually ends up being delicious. If you wanted to make a different flavor, you don't have to add mint, but you still do need to add vanilla. So we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. We are going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of peppermint extract. Now, try to get pure peppermint extract. Once I got mint, and it kind of just tasted like toothpaste. So get peppermint. 1/2 teaspoon of that.
Toothpaste?
5 drops of green. Now, we've been reading a lot about how bad food dyes are for you. So if you don't want to add food dye, I really like it just to be white mint. But for the sake of pictures and everything, we're gonna keep it green. Guys, that's all you have to do. How crazy is that? Crazy. And then we're just gonna mix it all together. And then we're gonna pour it into our ice cream bowl. Now this bowl has to be in the freezer for at least 24 hours to get rock solid because the ice stays in here. I mean, it's solid and it's cold. Okay, so we're just gonna dump it in. It looks pretty small. This is all gonna fit perfectly in here. Okay. This is a sad day because when we moved, this broke. But the good thing is it didn't affect it at all. Because how this works is this just goes on top, this goes on top of that, and you turn it on. And what happens is there's stoppers in here that grab the sides of this and make it scrape the outside of it. And as it scrapes the outside of the frozen bowl, then it mixes it all in and it goes around and gets the frozen stuff away from the sides and into the middle. And then it just freezes it all. If you haven't watched our slushy video, we use this for the slushies too, and that's just Kool-Aid, you guys. Just plain Kool-Aid. We'll make it like regular juice. You don't have to add extra sugar or less water or anything, and put it in here and it makes the perfect slushy. They're so good, so good. Now while this is mixing, if you want Oreo ice cream, you're gonna wanna smash your Oreos first because you wanna put these in at the end. So we will put about, I think we did about 8 Oreos last time and it was perfect.
I want one.
If you want chocolate chips or mini chocolate chips, do that. If you don't want anything, do that. If you wanted to make it strawberry ice cream, just add your vanilla and crush up some strawberries. Perfect. Another thing that you can do with this recipe, and it's called stracciatella. Have you guys heard of that gelato stracciatella? It's like fine pieces of chocolate, right? So if you want to do that method, you can do that. What you do is you just melt some chocolate chips or some semi-sweet chocolate or milk chocolate if you want, And what you're gonna do is towards the end of this, you are going to squeeze it into a fine line and pour it in slowly into here. And with the stirring and stuff, it will break it up as it goes. So it can add your own like swiveled chocolate into the ice cream. Okay, while this is mixing, don't forget to wash or clean up your mess. See how it's kind of just scraping along the edges and bringing it back in. And eventually that's how we will get our ice cream. It's been about 10 minutes, so it takes a little bit longer than that. It's kind of cool. Okay, look at it now. You can kind of tell more with the spoon how thick it is. Yep, just dump them in. Oreos mix in a little bit. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna turn it off. Okay, look at that. Yum. So we're gonna just pour it into a bowl. You can see that it's still kind of a little thick around the edges. Oh my gosh. Yum, yum. Still freezing around the edges, so maybe if we went a little bit longer, but this was almost 20 minutes.
There's some in the middle.
Yeah, we'll get it. We want to make sure we get it all. You want to put plastic wrap on it, but you also want the plastic wrap to touch the ice cream. When there's oxygen in there and there's air, that's what happens. That's why we get, you know, the crystals that you get on ice cream after you've started eating it. That's because of the air inside. So to prevent that from happening, you push the plastic wrap inside so there's less air. And now we're gonna stick it in the freezer for about 3 hours. Yummy, yummy. Thanks for watching another episode of HalfPint Cooking. Don't forget to subscribe, share it with your friends. And what else? Peace out. Stracciatella. Do Italians use that rolled R? This is how I clean up. Are you hiding, Jules? Are you hiding in shame? Stracciatella. Do I sound Italian? Where's Dad? Dad knows Italian, not me.